Good morning, team. This is Simon with Trade and Perform Coaching. If you will take a minute to read this quick disclaimer, it basically says you can get your butt kicked day trading futures. Be aware of it. This is for educational purposes only. You can lose, I don't even bother with the gains. You can lose a lot of money day trading futures. Know what you're doing and don't follow me blindly. I guess that's the two steps that I would suggest. So let's lower that and go through. So what I want to talk about today is this, which is our indicator for when the market's going up strongly or going down strongly, when we're looking for long signals and short signals. And so what I want to show you from that is the first thing you'll notice is when this, as we're coming along, so this is what it looks like before we get there. So market's coming down, as you can see, and all of a sudden you see that light turn up blue. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is when that light turns up blue or red for the short, you're usually going to get a further extension to the downside or the upside, whichever way you're doing. It rarely goes blue long. Occasionally, but usually it's going to extend further down. That's the first concept or notion that you're having, right? So the next thing is you are starting to look for your longs at this point, right? So on the footprint chart, I'm looking for a zero buy. I'm looking for a white diamond. They get stuffed, but post this green line, right? And I'm of course looking for the arrows. So if you watch, right, as we're coming down, I'm just going bar by bar, and so I can either use the 24 tick, or I can use which is this chart, or I can use my footprint chart. So the footprint chart, we make that a little bit wider. It doesn't set up a trade here. There's no zero buy. It's just purple bar stuffed, right? But we know that once you get past the purple bar, the point of control, purple bar stuffed, in here you're usually going to get some kind of lift. But this would be the weakest of the lifts. Really what I want is an algo on that bar, and I don't get it, right? So small lift, and then you can see we reverse and push back down. So what I am looking for is I want it to push lower, be outside that fourth channel. So see that pink bar right there? That is a valid entry for me. Okay, the pink bars after this fires, when it's the first turn bar, is fine, right? And you can see that we lift from there, or you can use the arrows up, is also valid. So what you want to do is narrow your choice of what you're going to take, right? I'd obviously prefer to see a pink dot over here. So my level of preference would be pink dot, pink bar, the first bar on the turn bar, or the arrow up. That would be my first idea of where I'm looking for the long, right? Or to get a zero bar algo here. So you'll see down here on the left. So remember, you're in the area where it's telling you it's reversed. You finally get the zero bar right here. So my choices are either to use this chart and go long at the top of this bar when it closes, so I'm looking at this bar right here, or I can use the arrows up, or if I get an algo on the turn bar. Okay, and you can see that it turned. You can still see that we're in the blue, and this is what I also want to point out is it's going through each of the pushes back down if they fire correctly, right? If they fire correctly, I don't know why this one isn't moving to the left. There we go. Okay. If they fire correctly, we'll give you a valid entry. So as long as that's blue up there, you can look for your long entries. Now, some people are going to say, but do I take my shorts? I wouldn't, because the likelihood of a big reversal is already there. Now, this was overnight, and obviously everyone has to follow their own trade plan. My trade plan here would be to look for the reversals back up. So for me, I don't get it over here on the footprint. That red arrow up, that becomes a 2-bar stop. It should hold the low, and I would expect to see a lift back to the upside. And it doesn't mean ignore your shorts. Like here's a zero buy on the footprint, right? Zero buy on the footprint, and this is not a normal footprint, by the way. So most of you will not have anything that looks like this. We distribute it to the members of the room. You get the zero buy. If you want to take the short, that's great. Again, as long as this is blue, I'm not looking for shorts. And again, that bar, that pink bar, as long as this is blue, I'm good with going long on that pink bar. And that pretty much brings us right to where we are this morning and that gave us the launch to the upside. Now, here's where that ends, right? So I want to be clear, before I'm looking for a short, this is not, oh, it's ended, let me short. What this is it's ended, and let me see either a pink arrow down over here on the 50-cent footprint, or have the short indicator light up, of which we have neither one. And so I would still be looking for longs until such time as I get a short read or a short setup. And the only caveat I would add is I would like the fourth channel to get touched first, but it's not always necessary. So that's how it works in the overnight session. It pretty much works the same way during the day session, and it gives me a big heads up, as you can see, that we are starting to look for our longs and looking for the reversal back to the upside. A couple of things about this. This indicator does not rewrite. It can restart over here on the right, but once that first blue prints over here to the left, I am starting to look. The other thing is I'm going to wait until I see 3 or 4 of these print before I start looking for the long. I want it to push down a little bit further, or push up in the shorts case a little bit further if the shorts light up. So the longs will be blue, the shorts will be red up here in the area, and then go follow your process on the chart below. So that's it. If you'd like to visit the room, just email me at tradeandperform, TRADE, the letter N, and perform@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to set you up with a 5-day pass. I'll put that in the description link below on the video. And remember, it's Friday. Let's protect capital. We've gotten through a week that's been pretty good, right? In terms of the good part's been no getting torn apart on FOMC, right? We've been on the right side of the trades more times than not, and usually these weeks are difficult. So we all did a good job. Our only goal is to get to next week and start doing and just start picking off the pieces of the chart that's set up for us intraday. Make sure you have your trade plan in front of you and you're specific about which setups you're looking for the long, so you don't feel scatterbrained. And you know, hey, I'm looking for this sequence specifically. Respect your stops, right? And don't try to guess what the market's going to do. Let the algo and the footprint tell us what the market's going to do. So let's have a great day, guys. I'll talk to y'all later, and see y'all soon.